What's up, cool kids? Dona is here. I hope you're all doing pretty good. I hope you're all doing pretty well, taking care of yourselves, taking care of your loved ones. Couple more weeks of school left, a couple more assignments left to do as we deal with our COVID-19 pandemic that's currently going on, and we continue with our distance learning that's also currently going on. Want to give a big shout out to all of you for working hard these last few weeks. Don't think that's going unnoticed, not just by me, but all of your teachers, whether it's math, science, English, whatever it is. We notice these things, and we notice you sending the emails. We notice you doing your best. We notice you putting in that effort right now. So, hey, just want to give all of you some kudos for doing that in a time where it's difficult to do a lot of things right now. It's difficult to do distance learning. It's difficult to do online learning. It's difficult to be cooped up at home and be around your siblings and your parents and all these different things going on. You know, having that anxiety. It's tough times in life right now. So keep pushing, keep trying, keep reaching out to me, other teachers, your counselors, whoever it is. Just know that we're always here for you, and we're always hoping for the best for all of you, okay? For this week, we're going to be moving on to something called globalization. So globalization is going to be how the world essentially works. If you're looking for a basic definition of it, it's how businesses around the world, how it connects to other countries, how money works, how, you have a world and how the world works together, pretty much. So we're going to be talking about that, and we're going to be using t-shirts to kind of understand what globalization is. T-shirts are something that all of us understand. T-shirts are something that all of us own. So why not use t-shirts to help us understand the history of globalization a little bit better? So let me go ahead and get rid of me. I'm sure you're all excited to do that. And let's go ahead and take a look at our assignment for this week. Again, this is your COVID unit, Unit 1, Globalization. And there's going to be 5 different parts to this. You're going to notice first off that this is a fairly lengthy assignment in terms of pages. If you look at the corner over there, you'll see 13 pages. Don't let that scare you. It's not like 13 pages of work. You know me, I just like doing my assignments and spreading things out, making it a little bit easier on the eye for all of you. And you're going to notice that a lot of these are very simple assignments here. So your first part is going to be vocabulary. We need to get familiar with certain words. It makes no sense for me to assign you work if you're reading words and you're like, I don't know what that is. So the directions for this part, you're going to see, examine the words. There's words down here, as you see. Examine the list of words and the phrases, and then rate each one according to the following scale. So this scale is going to go 1 to 5. Number 1, I have no idea what this word means. You might as well be speaking a foreign language. I have no idea what's going on. If you have no idea what a particular word or phrase means, put a number 1 next to it. But if you're like, hey, I can use it in writing, I can use it in speaking, I use it in my everyday language. When I'm having a conversation with my bae, I'm like, oh yeah, how much does that cost? Go ahead and put a 5 right there then. You're good to go with that. So if you see an example right here, someone put a 2 for conquer, a 3 for conquest, 3 for consolidate, 5 for diverse, 1 for empire. You're just going to do that for these right here. So for benefit, if you know what benefit is, if you use it daily in your language, put a 5 right there. If you've never heard of the word benefit, put a 1. That's all you are doing for this assignment right here. And you're going to go through each one of these and do that. When I go through and grade this, that's going to help me understand what you ultimately understand. And that'll help you also get familiar with what we're about to learn. That's section 1 of part 1 with the vocab. Section 2 of part 1, visualize. You're going to have these definitions here to go with these words. What you're going to do is you're going to create an image to represent the definition, or you're going to find one on the internet. So if we see the word benefit right here, the definition of the word benefit is an advantage. Right here, you see a word cloud with the word benefit highlighted in blue, and that image was used as the symbol / image for the word benefit. Now, for cost, the definition is a disadvantage. A disadvantage is what defines cost. And you need to find some sort of image that will let me know what cost is. You can do this several different ways. The way I will suggest that you do this is searching on the internet for a particular way. How you can do this, as I change this right here, if you go to the top, insert, and then you have image. And you can find images from your computer or the web. I suggest going to the web and click on web, and let's say cost. Lots of different things you can choose here, right? Lots of different ways that we can understand cost. That is all you're doing for section 2 of that particular part of the assignment. So you'll do that for these words right here. And then you'll get to part 2. Keep in mind there are 5 parts to this particular assignment. What is globalization and what can a t-shirt reveal about it? I told you that we're going to use t-shirts for this particular lesson. So your goals for part 2, you're going to be able to describe what globalization is, and you're going to be able to explain what the production of a t-shirt reveals about globalization. Directions. Your first part, you're going to identify where the clothing you are wearing right now was made on the diagram below. So you'll see right here, what materials were used to make your shirt? What material was used? Was it cotton? Was it polyester? Are there buttons? Are there slits somewhere? Maybe you're wearing something I don't even know that's much cooler than anything I would probably wear. Tell us. Where was your shirt made? Go look at the tag. Made in, and then tell me the country. What materials were used to make your shoes? If you got those Jordan 11s on right now, maybe you got to tell me about the patent leather that you have going on there. Maybe you got the Jordan 5s on right now. Ooh, maybe you even got the Jordan 3s. Tell me about that elephant print. What is that elephant print made out of? Tell me these things. Or maybe you're just wearing socks. What are your socks made out of? Are they wool? Are they cotton? I don't know. And then tell me where those shoes were made. You'll then get to number 5. How do you think what you are wearing became clothing and came to be owned by you? How do you think that worked? And identify at least 4 steps in this process. So, for example, number 1, cotton was grown in India. Number 2, cotton was spun in a Chinese factory. Okay, what could number 3 be then? If cotton was being grown in India and then cotton was spun in China, but you're wearing that t-shirt in the United States of America, what's going on from that factory all the way to that t-shirt being worn by you right now? Think about those steps and put some steps here for 1, 2, 3, and 4. You'll scroll down a little bit more. Here you're going to have some videos to watch, okay, folks? So you have a text here, but you also have video. If you click on the video right here, it should work. You can also click on the video right here. You have to double click it a couple times, but I also put it right up here. Globalization is the process by which the world is becoming increasingly interconnected as a result of increased trade and cultural exchange. That's the technical definition of globalization. The way I like to describe it, it's how the world works and how we relate to other countries. And when I say we, I mean the United States. Now, throughout most of human history, we have become more interconnected because we have traded, because we have bought things. Now with the invention of the internet and we have all these apps, we are more connected to other people from around the world than ever before. How did we get to be that way, though? This video will help explain that. Watch that video and then answer these questions. Number 1, what is globalization? And then number 2, according to the video, what technological innovations have made globalization possible? We'll then scroll down to number 3, based on the scenario given in the video. Haha, you gotta watch the video. Why was the company from country B able to sell their televisions at a cheaper price than companies from country A? You're gonna start understanding some economics now, folks. You're gonna start understanding how money works. This is something that you'll carry on through your junior year, and then eventually when you go and take econ with Mr. Houghton, Mr. Trask, or Mr. Cognon, your senior year. Then number 4, based on the video, identify a positive and a negative of globalization. Explain these things to me, folks. Give me some good answers here. I'm curious to see what you think your positive and negative effects will be. We'll scroll down to number 3. Same thing. You have some videos to watch here. These videos are very short. It's right here. Part 2, part 3, part 4 is eventually down there. You have these videos, right? Now, if you don't want to watch the videos, you're like, nah, Donez, I'm over it. I don't want to watch any more videos. Cool. I put the text here for you. So if you're watching part 1, you can just read part 1 right here. Part 2, same thing. All I ask is that while you're watching these videos or reading the text from these videos, answer the questions on the right-hand side. Each set of questions that go along with each video will help you better understand the process of globalization and the process of how things like t-shirts get made halfway across the world and then eventually a couple weeks later end up being worn by us in Bakersfield, California. So the cotton, where's that cotton for that t-shirt grown? What machines do you need for this cotton to become a t-shirt? What does this have to do with the Industrial Revolution? We learned that a few months back. These are all big time things that affect you, that affect your families, and ultimately affect your wallets. Something to keep in mind as we learn a lot of this stuff. Just answer those questions that go along with those videos. If you want an alternative way to view the videos, at the top of part 3 right here, if you click on the series of videos, blue part, it'll take you to YouTube, and it'll take you to the YouTube channel that has a lot of these videos right here. And you can see part 1, part 2, all the parts are right over here on the right hand side. If you scroll down past these videos in part 3, you'll eventually come to the end of the assignment, and that's going to be your assessment. Supporting question 1, what is globalization and what can a t-shirt reveal about it? Using evidence from the documents above, respond to the questions right down here. And the questions are, what is globalization? And give me 2 examples from the videos or the text. And then this bottom part, in the space below, identify something besides a t-shirt from your life that is the result of globalization. And tell me, explain to me why you think it is a product of globalization. You have a lot of options here. One of those options could be the device that you are currently watching this video on. If you look around, if you turn to the left, I guarantee you will find something. If you turn to the right, you will find something. There are so many products that are made and that are responsible because of globalization. So it seems heavy this week, but in reality, it's a very simple assignment this week, but just a lot of small parts. So lots of small parts of the assignment, but at the same time, an assignment that's going to help you understand the current life that you live. I'm talking about a life of pandemic. I'm talking about a life of being with your phones, with your Chromebooks, whatever it could be. The clothing that you choose, why you pay certain amounts for certain types of shirts, why you're willing to pay thousands of dollars for a cell phone. I mean, you are now going to start understanding the way the world works. What really bums me out, though, is that we can't be in class to talk about this stuff. I can go on for weeks talking about this, and I'm sure all of you would love to hear my voice for 3 weeks straight talking about globalization. But even if you don't want to hear my voice right now, I just want you to know that I miss hearing your voice right now. I miss seeing your faces right now. I miss you being in the classroom with all of us. I miss me stopping my lecture and staring at you until you put your phone away. Even the annoying parts of being a teacher, I miss those. But most of all, I miss just all of you, all the good people that are in my classroom on a daily basis throughout this school year. If you have any questions about our assignment, don't hesitate to reach out to me, shoot me an email, hit me up on Google Classroom. Until next week, folks, I love you, I miss you, and I will hopefully talk and see you soon. Later.